While the Cougar athletic teams get most of the spotlight from the community, is in the classroom where they first learn to succeed. This season, we'll be featuring some of the people and programs that are making a difference in the lives of Grayson County students. Tonight's Cougars in the Classroom, presented by McDonald's of Leitchfield, sees us return to H.W. Wilkey Elementary School, where we continue to look back at memories from the last 50 years.
I worked for a total of 22 years. This school's been here 50, and 22 of them I've got to work in this building, so it's great.
Barry Anderson is a former PE teacher and principal at Wilkie Elementary. From the beginning, Anderson knew that Wilkie was a place where he wanted to work.
All you know is the people. When I started teaching here, of course I was young, just got out of college and worked with all the teachers. Large elementary school back in the day, we had over 800 kids. And just in my 9 years of teaching elementary PE right here in this room where we're sitting, I had every kid in school every day. So I got to know the kids. I had to get a system where I could remember the names. You think about going through 830 kids a day. And then I left here for 2 years. I went across the street for the middle school as assistant principal. Great training. And then I was allowed to come back over here as principal, and I didn't think I'd ever leave. You know, just really loved being principal at Wilkie School. It's one of the most special days of my life when I got hired to be principal at Wilkie School.
He has seen firsthand just how much the school has changed over the last 50 years.
This school was built in the early 70s, 1971. So during that phase of the time, a lot of schools, Grayson County High School being one of them, E-Town High School, Bowling Green High School, a lot of schools were built with what's called an open complex. I was told when I came here in 1978 that when this school was first built, there was not a door inside this building other than maybe the principal's office. Restrooms didn't have doors on them. There just weren't any doors. And so again, in the complexes, you know, we had 4 classrooms in a complex and they were wide open. So honestly, people after a few years didn't really like that layout. I didn't either.
Anderson said the building was the pride of the Leitchfield School District.
This school was an elementary school for Leitchfield. And you know, Leitchfield High School was just right across the street, which is now Grayson County Middle School. So I think the superintendent's office was located in the high school for the Leitchfield school system. So again, you know, they had these 2 buildings, and Leitchfield had a proud school system. They were outstanding school system, and I know when they joined Grayson County Schools, there had to be an adjustment for the people who were part of the Leitchfield school system. Again, I never attended that school system, but by being in this building, being a part of this school for 22 years, I came to learn Leitchfield had a tremendous school system.
Although he never had the opportunity to meet Mr. Wilkie, Anderson had great respect for him.
Well, you know, Mr. Wilkie, I always thought, and I've been told, was a dignified man. And he was a true educator. So I did have the opportunity to work with his daughter. Miss Clark was our music teacher for many of the years that I worked here. But as far as Mr. Wilkie, I just you know, always thought maybe he was a really serious educator. And from what I knew of him, from you know, listening to Mr. Claypool, who worked with him, Mr. Claypool was the principal that followed me here, who I had great respect for. He just was a 100% school person.
Whenever asked what the school meant to him, Anderson could sum it down to one word.
I have to say the great people I worked with, and the great students that came through this building. You know, we have the students that I taught here. Now they're our county judge, our sheriff. You know, I could just go on and on and on. So I worked with some of the greatest people you could ever work with in this building.
Anderson believes the legacy of Wilkie Elementary will continue for years to come.
I think greatness. I mean, really, I think this school takes anybody that walks in that front door and tries to make those kids better. And we do have probably as diverse population of students in this school as any school in our school system, including the high school and middle school. And so I think the legacy of this school is they take them and make the kids better and give them a chance at a good life.
I am Chase Blaine reporting for Cougars in the Classroom, brought to you by McDonald's of Leitchfield. The halftime show will continue in just a moment.